everyone, Stephanie here from Secrets of a Hiring Manager. Today's video blog is for college students, parents of college students, or anyone thinking about entering college. So please go ahead and share this with anybody you think could benefit from this. We're going to go over 5 things they don't tell you about the workforce in college. So let's get started. Number 1 is you need experience to gain experience. So I know you're probably thinking, but what does that mean? I mean, I'm just looking for an entry-level job. Well, I will tell you that as a hiring manager, it drives us absolutely crazy when we get entry-level candidates right out of college that have never worked a day in their lives, but they're expecting to make 40, 50K because that's how much they were told an entry-level job is worth once you have your degree. And sure, that is how much you can make if you have a degree, if you had some sort of experience. My recommendation is that you try to get as much experience as you can in the field that you're studying while you're going to school. So I recommend that you do some internships, work part-time, contract assignments, temp assignments, anything that you can do to build up your resume. Even if you're just working 1 day a week, I mean, even if you're not getting paid, the goal is to build up your resume. And I know that some of you might be in programs that just do not allow for you to work while you're going to school. So if that's the case, what I recommend is that you try to take the summers off and do some internships in the summer so that by the time you're done with your bachelor's, you can get an entry-level role and you can work your way up quickly and make the amount that you were promised. But make sure that you make time to intern to get some sort of experience so that by the time you're done with your bachelor's, you can get a good entry-level job that's making the amount that you want to make so that you can quickly work your way up and stay working in the field that you studied in. So number 2 is something you probably don't want to hear. Number 2 is that the Career Services Department at your college will most probably not get you your next job. And the sad part about it is that I've actually hired some of these candidates from the local universities, but I found them on my own using social media or other job boards or word of mouth. And when I've asked these candidates that I've hired, well, did your Career Service Department tell you about this position? They had no idea. They had absolutely no idea that this role even existed. So what I'm trying to tell you is that the Career Service Department has so many candidates to work with, and you should not wait for them to get you the role because they have so many people in the school. The population is way higher than at a vocational school where they will work one-on-one with you. And although you can use the Career Service Department as a resource, don't count on them. You need to start looking for these jobs on your own. Don't wait until the very end to then start looking for your own job, because then what's going to happen is you're not going to be able to pay the bills. You're gonna get desperate and you're gonna end up taking whatever job comes along in the meantime just to pay your bills, and then you're gonna look back 5-6 years later and then realize that you're not working on what you're passionate about and you never got a chance to work in the field that you studied. So don't wait and don't rely on the Career Services Department to find you your next job. Start looking on your own in the meantime. Number 3 is that gaps in your resume are not acceptable, even if you were going to school. Most employers do not care if you were going to school. They want to make sure that your skills are up to date and relevant. So work on filling in those gaps, whether you do contract work or freelancing. There's all sorts of things that you can do to fill in those gaps. If you're having trouble filling in those gaps, you can reach out to me. Go to my website, secretsofahiringmanager.com, and we'll be able to talk and come up with a plan. Number 4 is that social media could be your best or your worst enemy. I've actually hired some of my best candidates using social media, either through LinkedIn, Facebook, or Instagram. And even if I didn't find them on social media, you better believe that every single candidate I interview, even before they come in to interview with me, I look them up on social media. Even when I'm doing a phone screening, I look them up on social media. So let me tell you a story. I actually had an employer who was supposed to interview a candidate, and 30 minutes before, he called me to cancel because he went on social media and he looked at the candidate and his profile picture was a picture of him doing a keg stand. This is a candidate who was very, very sharp, very passionate. He really wanted to work in the field. But the message that he gave off to the employer was that he was not responsible. When I went back to look, all the pictures were with him holding a drink, him having fun. It's okay to have fun, but be careful what you post on social media. Start thinking of yourself as a brand. What message do you want to convey to your future employer? Make sure you clean up your social medias, go back and make sure that everything you have on there is positive and it reflects the image that you want to give off. And last but not least, number 5, you have to be a good interviewer. It's usually not the candidate who knows the most that gets the job, it's usually the candidate who's the most prepared and interviews the best. And employers will ask you trick questions. So what are you doing to prepare? My advice is that you work with a career coach or a mentor, a professional that's going to give you raw feedback and walk you step by step and tell you exactly what you're doing wrong. Don't practice with your mom or your dad or a family member, friends, because they're going to look at you with eyes of love and they're going to tell you you're doing a great job. And an employer is not going to hire you just because you have a lovely smile and a college degree. So make sure you practice and you get the help you need if you're not a good interviewer. Thank you so much for watching. I'm excited to hear how all of you do on your interviews. So make sure to send me a message on secretsofahirringmanager.com. And if you have any questions or need any help, reach out to me. Wait, I almost forgot. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Bye!